And we are back with another episode of Nothing But Facts. I'm Trill.
And I am Clo.
Just that simple.
And today is what? Today is Monday. It's basically Christmas Eve. 'Cause tomorrow in 26 hours, Zion's out 6 to 8 weeks with the torn meniscus.
Bro, there's so many things to
But
talk.
NBA season starts tomorrow, so we're gonna talk about strictly basketball today. We got the NBA Finals, our picks, who we think is gonna go. We've had this discussion before, but we're gonna retouch on that subject. We got sleeper teams, the stay sleeping teams.
That you don't need to think about.
Are probably gonna still be bad, or probably not even exceed the expectations or meet the expectations they were gonna get. And we got MVP talk. So we're gonna jump right into it with the NBA Finals. I think we've already had this discussion before. I got the Lakers versus the Bucks, or the Sixers, especially if Ben Simmons hitting those shots. Pretty much for the Western Conference for me, I got the Lakers versus the Clippers, just because there's too much star power on both of those sides with LeBron, AD, Kawhi, Paul George. Denver might have the overall better team than both of those teams, to be honest, because you got Michael Porter coming back, and if Bobo is anything what he was in Oregon, they really could easily dethrone both of those guys, Kawhi and LeBron. And Jokic is out there in the finals, under 25 years old, just balling. That could easily happen.
Not only that, they could throw a fucking crazy ass lineup of the court of Michael Porter at the 3, Bol at the 4, and fucking Jokic at the 5, or vice versa. And at that point, you got 3 people above 6'10" that can shoot, dribble, pass, and score. Hey, you can't really stop that. Like, let's just be serious.
All they are is they're young. Their time gonna come.
My NBA Finals picks, real simple. I feel like going out on a limb, kind of, but I got Philly going against the Clippers, just for the simple fact that Ben Simmons has done something that, for some reason, he wasn't able to do in the first couple, maybe 3 seasons. I don't know how long this nigga been in the league.
I feel like he wasn't just practicing.
It could have been that. It could have been simply that.
I think he was talking about it like last year, that he doesn't practice threes.
And it's like, bro, why are you an
someone
NBA
probably
player?
was like, if you start hitting these threes, you can easily be one of the best players in the league.
Boy, you'll get that 5-year, $206 million max whenever
Mega
you want
max.
it.
Easy.
Whenever you want it, if you could do that. It's just that simple.
Max.
So, in his case, I think the sky's the limit for them. They added Josh Richardson, lost Jimmy Butler. I mean, they basically give you the same thing, some consistent scoring, great wing defense, and you have less of a headache in the locker room with Josh Richardson versus Jimmy Butler. It's
Yeah,
just
you
that
lose Jimmy
simple.
Butler, and Josh Richardson's not as good, but Ben and Embiid are expected to take an even bigger step.
And you was able to keep Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris came back as well.
So you got a little squad
But
over there.
You think it's just those two teams in the East? Like, there's no one that could.
Well, in the East, yes, it's just the Bucks and Philly. I think that everybody else is just, I wouldn't even say not as good. They're just not on the same level as them.
I feel like the playoffs will still be exciting though.
Almost definitely, just for the simple fact that no Kawhi, no LeBron, this shit really is open. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen.
That shit's gonna be exciting because I know Philly and the Bucks are most likely gonna be 1 and 2 in whatever order, but I still want to see teams like the Pacers and Miami, and then after that it stops. Maybe the Celtics. I want to see what Kemba does, but I'm not including the Nets because I just don't think Kyrie's that leader now. I don't see them getting past the
I just think it's the fact that he doesn't have KD, so it's gonna be very interesting, and I don't know what he's gonna.
It's gonna be hard. Like, come on.
He's got to show.
You saw it last year
back
in Boston.
Yeah.
Like, you saw it. He's gonna have to lead the team again. And how did that pan out in Boston? He said, "I'll resign." 4 months later, I don't owe anyone shit.
It's because that kid is weird. He's one of those flat earthers. I don't know what to say about that kid. He's different.
He's wild.
But yeah, overall in the East, I really see it as a 2-team race. It's either gonna be Philly or it's gonna be the Bucks. It's just that simple. You got Giannis, who, let's just be honest, he's 2 games away from the NBA Finals last year. Who knows what happens if they play the Warriors?
He's 24.
And he won the MVP last year. Like 27, 12, and 6. Come on now.
Bro.
He's a problem. He's a simple problem on the basketball court.
Doing the same shit. And Middleton looking nice. Like, Middleton's not just like spotting up and just taking those shots. Middleton actually, like, he's
putting the ball on the floor and shit. He's dribbling.
Playing now. Like, the Bucks can actually get over that hump, but we gonna see now.
Oh, it's gonna be real interesting. Very, very interesting. Moving on to the MVP talks.
MVP talks. It was supposed to be second.
All right, no problem. I mean, it's real simple. I'll start off with one for me. We share the same birthday. Wardell Stephen Curry. It's real simple. He's over there by himself.
30 a game.
He's over there by himself with no Clay for at least the first 6 months. You're just
I like
sharing
him to
the
put
ball
up
with
30,
D-Lo.
and I like D'Lo to average 22 or 23.
You're gonna learn a lot about D'Lo this year,
Mm-hmm.
just for the simple fact that they're looking at him not only to just basically be the second scorer and be the other person to Steph, because that's basically your whole offense right there until you find consistency in the rest of those people. And Draymond better be in the gym.
And you can see he could do it because last year with Brooklyn he took off. So now he's playing with
21
he's
and
playing with a
7.
superstar now.
What?
2-time MVP, 3-time champ. Like
gonna make it
he
happen.
could really I'm really happy for D'Lo. Steph Curry's a good pick. For me, basic Giannis, James Harden, AD. My dark horse was Curry. But yeah, Giannis, let's be honest, the Bucks are gonna win probably 60 plus games again this year. Giannis is gonna be in that contention, probably have the best record in the NBA, the number 1 seed in the East, home court advantage.
Yep.
You got AD with LeBron, what is he, 35 now? Year 17. You know LeBron's not gonna play more than 65 games, maybe less than that.
Maybe
And
60.
AD might play all 82. And AD last year, I had him in fantasy, 21 minutes a game after he requested the trade, and he was averaging 21 and 10. In 21 minutes, he's going to be playing 35 plus. He's going to easily average 28 and 14. He could easily do that shit with 2
Not
blocks a
only
game.
that, he's
50% shooting, all that.
got one of the best passers in the NBA passing him the ball. It's just that simple.
And when he's on the bench, you got Rondo. So, I'm open.
Lobs,
Pass me the ball.
pick and roll,
Pass me the ball.
pick and pop. He's honestly, the fact that they already came out and said they're gonna run the offense through AD. I hope that didn't surprise anybody. Like, it's the smartest and easiest thing to do. Like, this dude is 6'10", 6'11". He's been in the gym working on any and everything to improve his game. He's back to handling the ball like a damn point guard now, going behind the back between the legs. He'll hit you with a 2-piece. So combine all that with still being 6'11", mid-range game, post game, been there. It's a problem. It's just a problem waiting to happen. And yeah, they're gonna be. That's probably, you got 2 MVP candidates on the same team.
Yeah, LeBron gonna average 25, 77.
Just that simple.
Nice and easy. People gonna say he fell off. He did not fall off. He has the best big man in basketball right next to him. He doesn't have to do 28, 7, and 7.
He doesn't have to at all. He might be able to get by with 23, 7,
And
and
LeBron
7 this year.
LeBron could play only 35 minutes this year.
That's all he should be playing, no cap.
Save him. Save him.
He's gonna
You
need
know, in the
some playoffs.
postseason, he gonna increase that to 45.
He gonna be like, bro, I ain't coming out the game.
Like, nah.
You remember when I beat you when I was in Miami, Frank Vogel?
I never came out the game. I'm not coming out the game now.
It's simple.
Just sit back and watch. This is how Eric felt. Just watch it. Literally.
Just sub everybody else. I'm not on any road. Who are you taking me out the game for? Let's be honest. Okay. Going back down the court now. So, like I said, one of the few teams with multiple MVP candidates. Other ones you can look at, possibly the Clippers, just for the simple fact that we saw Kawhi tear up the playoffs. The man was a one-man wrecking crew, and he won NBA Finals MVP. He's got 2 of them things now on 2 different teams at that. Looking for his third one.
As well. The 2-2-2 special.
He's a problem. And PG, 28, 29, and 8 last year.
Career year.
Problem. The fact that he was in MVP contention, and this is the same dude who broke his leg a few years ago in a USA pickup game, basically in a scrimmage. That's a lot of people forget about that, and it just shows you that PG been in the gym, he been working, he been grinding, he's ready for all of it.
Yeah.
Happy for that dude, totally.
And then also James Harden. It's James Harden.
James Harden next to Russ.
He just has so many ways to score the basket. Just his finessing with his handles and the movements he be doing with his body, and he just scores. And if he doesn't score, he's going to the line. And he's going to go to the line, and he shoots over 85%. And I'm just being generous because I think he shoots higher than that. Like, it's just pretty simple. He's going to, even with Westbrook, a man who averaged 3 straight triple doubles back to back to back. James Harden is going to be, he might just say, you know what? I don't think I have to dribble today. I'm just going to start slashing. I'm a little out of shape too. I'm just going to start slashing. Russell just pass it. James Harden is easily going to average 30, I think, this year again.
Give it to Russ in the first and the third. Let Harden take his second and fourth.
Yeah, you know Harden going to close it out.
It's just that simple. And you go like that, and everybody's going to have their same
I just want to
stats.
see that one game where it's the ending and the Rockets need that shot, and James is like, and Russ is like,
I'm going to shoot this bitch.
off
I'm
the
gonna shoot
backboard,
this bitch.
brick. That's when it starts. That's when the drama starts. Because you
He
know
just
Russ
gonna look at
going
it.
to do it at least once. It's Russ. He's so great, but he's hilarious with his shot decision making. It's wild.
He's like, I'm gonna shoot it. Coach told me not to shoot it, but I'm gonna shoot it because God told me shoot it.
The guy right under the basket, but I'm gonna shoot it because.
Ain't matter of fact, none of my teammates are under the basket for a rebound. I'm shooting this though.
James, you're gonna have to wait. We each got an MVP, bro.
And the snake nigga that left us got one too.
Oh my god.
We ain't finna talk about him though.
That's another day. We gotta do a whole story on the Oklahoma City Thunder and that debacle that happened.
That's crazy.
Over Ibaka. Got his little cooking show.
But yeah, overall, those are all your MVP candidates that you can even think of for this next upcoming year. Every name we just mentioned, whether it's Russ, Harden, Giannis, LeBron, Curry, all of those big names are going to be in MVP contention just for the simple fact that they're all primed for great years.
I also like Jokic, but I just feel like these like tier under players like Jokic and Lillard and such, they're not going to get that much noise just because
unless their team is doing something
because
crazy.
Giannis is going to be in the East just dominating, so you know how these analysts and all these voters be like, oh my god, it's Giannis, he's playing in the East, but he has almost 50 wins by fucking February. And it's just like, bro, what? They've only lost 8 games? He's averaging 28 and 12? Oh my god, MVP. And then I'm going to look at a Dame who is in the West, carrying the Blazers to the 4th or 5th seed, 6th seed, averaging 28.
It's real simple.
Weren't they the 2nd seed last year?
I think they were maybe 3.
They were 3.
They were up there though. Just for the simple fact.
People don't talk enough about them.
Yeah. You don't give them the credit, just like you said, just because their teams aren't doing as great as other teams. Giannis dominates the East. LeBron, his team is always going to be in the headlines. He's LeBron. AD, Harden. Any of these big names, they're going to have the publicity behind them. But for the other guys in the lesser tier,
especially Jokic doesn't care.
He's like, bro, I'm going to just show up and
I don't know what it was. It was an interview. He said last night he played like he was watching Pokemon for 7 straight hours or some shit.
He doesn't care.
He's vibing.
He doesn't care at all. But moving on to the next topic of our sleeper teams. I'm gonna let you start it off.
Sleeper teams, as we saw in preseason, and I've been saying for I don't know how long since you showed me him 2 years ago in Europe, going crazy. Dallas Mavericks, Luka, and whatever this man's name is. I don't want to say his name, but I'm gonna say Kristaps Porzingis. They're going to be deadly. And the West is so deep, I feel like if the Mavs are in the East, they could easily be a top 3 seed. Because Luka's going to go crazy, and he has that wingman, and it's not like just any wingman that he could play with. This is a 7'3" man who could dribble and put the ball on the ground like a point guard, and then he's going to block maybe 2 or 3 shots a game.
I heard one of the better comparisons, and the more and more I think about it, it's just straight on. They're the modern day 2.0 version of when you had Steve Nash and Dirk on the same team.
It's that simple. And Luka's bigger. Luka's
exactly
4 inches taller.
Both of them are bigger and can do more than the others.
And they're more athletic than both of them.
It's just how genetics works and how time changes. But you're just looking at monsters right now. Literally.
They usually take over. Just get like somewhere like a bench, just a nice supporting cast. They could really be deadly in a couple of years, especially when they take those next steps and start hitting their prime and stuff.
They were able to steal Seth Curry away. He's going to be a big shooter for them. I already know that.
You know he's going to be in the corner. And Luka's just going to be like, oh yeah. Baby Curry? Oh yeah. Pass. Kristaps, pass. My other sleeper team, I got Sacramento. I don't think they're going to be anywhere in the top 5, top 6 seeds, but I feel like they could fight for maybe that 7th seed and most definitely for that 8th seed, just like the Mavs will be doing. All their players are going to take leaps. Buddy Hield just got paid, so you know he's going to feel extra type of like confident.
He got to
like,
show up.
I'm going to average another 20 this year. De'Aaron Fox is going to take that next step. I like him to average like 18 and 10 this year. And Bagley, 2.0 Chris Bosh, maybe. Averaging maybe 18 to 20 this year. And he can easily put up like 8 or 9 boards. He's efficient. He's really efficient. I like that Kings team. And my third sleeper team, they were good last year, but they're getting back Victor. Last year they won, 50 games? And he went out, and how much games did he miss? He missed the whole season. He didn't miss the whole season, but I know he missed at least like 30.
It may have happened
missed
after
30
All-Star
games,
break.
and they still won 50 games. They're getting back Sabonis. They just re-signed him. Miles Turner is a monster. They got Malcolm Brogdon, who is 100% at this point in their career is better than Wesley Matthews, who was over there. And then you get Victor back. I like the Pacers to easily be that third seed and giving not the Bucks trouble, but I think they could give the what is it called, the 76ers trouble, just because Miles Turner is a monster and I feel like he could compete with Embiid. Not like a skill level, but I feel like he could just give him trouble when they actually play the game.
Yeah, most definitely. He's gonna make Embiid get up and down that court with him because he's gonna be running.
Miles Turner, he'd be running.
And he's got a little jump shot on him, so he's gonna make him play some defense. That whole Indy team is pretty interesting. It's gonna be it's for the first time in a long time. It's gonna be a great competitive
Brogdon
season.
is a good, like, you don't understand. He's great. Like, he's gonna make that team so much better. Such a big impact.
Comes from championship pedigree. We saw him come from Virginia where he won a national championship.
I like Pacers to win 50 games again this year.
Oh yeah, great team, great team. My 3 sleeper teams, and my first team, it's kind of weird how you classify them, but I'm gonna go off with the Nuggets, just for the simple fact in
it's the hype. I feel
exactly. Everyone is worried about LeBron, the Clippers, hell, even
They're literally
Harden.
worried about 2 teams and the Rockets, but then you got the Jazz and the Nuggets right there.
Exactly.
Because the Jazz is gonna probably have top 2 defense in the league.
You got a veteran guard now to play next to Donovan Mitchell, who's gonna stabilize that backcourt. Joe
And
Ingles.
he's really Mike Conley's so underrated. He's one of
Very
them players
underrated.
you want. He don't complain. He just plays the game and he plays it efficiently all the time, and he can shoot the 3 as well.
Great baller. And like I said, there's just so much hype around everyone else in the West. People forget that Denver was the number 1 seed last year in the West, number 1 overall seed. So that just lets you know everything.
If I'm keeping it real,
Well, no,
with
not
you,
overall.
I think it was Golden State and Denver and then Portland. Because I think Denver lost a couple games, and that's when I know Golden State went on a little streak, but I'm pretty sure they're the number 1 seed.
Either way, we all know that Denver
Denver's
was
no
a
doubt
top
fire.
team last year.
And they got better this year.
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest.
You add Michael Porter to the rotation.
Doesn't matter if he's a rookie.
Stole Bo from us when we took him with the 44th pick. I'm
That boy's
still not
tripping.
over that.
Y'all tripping.
So overall, they're going to be a scary team. Jamal Murray was coming out last year, had a coming out party in the playoffs. He's a monster. We all know Jokic is the best passing big man in the NBA. There's no discussion about it. He's a walking triple-double at this point. And yeah, it's just problems to be held with that team all over the court. So that's my first sleeper team. Second one, coming over to the East, showing some love. We got the Miami Heat. Adding Jimmy Butler. Probably got a dark horse for Rookie of the Year in Tyler Hero if anyone's been paying attention this preseason or past Summer League. The dude
He
is,
got the Miami attitude already too. He's
and
ready.
he's the best shooter in this draft. I'm gonna go out and say that already. He's the best shooter. Maybe behind Cam, tied with Cam, but
I can see it.
those two do what they do best, and they shoot the ball. And Cam's on my third sleeper team in the Hawks. I don't see why they can't do and win.
It's gonna be exciting. Like
Not only
they're young,
that-
they're all young. They want to win.
They've got some great vets that I think help the team. You got Vince, who's
Vince is Oh my
he's
God.
always going to be there. He's going to be the solid voice that you have on the team, and you were able to get Jabari Parker on the team now. So you got someone to play that for, to come in who can run the court with Trey and do basically
If
everything.
you really want to
need.
do small ball, you put John Collins at the 5.
Exactly.
Or you just put Jabari 3 and John Collins. Because I don't know who their center is.
Alex Lynn.
Oh God.
Exactly. So you
Might have to
will
run that
see
small
John
ball
Collins at the 5 this year. Most
Shoot
definitely.
25 threes a game. Fuck it. You know you're gonna hit 40% of them most likely.
I mean, if anyone paid attention, Trey, bro,
He missed a
26 and
step.
26 and 9 after the All-Star break last year. That's all I gotta say. Him and Luka were easily the best 2 players from last year's draft, before and after the All-Star break. So those are 2 players mentioned in the sleeper teams, and that lets you know everything.
I feel like the Suns are so bad, but they don't give a lot of attention to DeAndre Ayton because the man's a monster.
He's gonna be 20 and 12 this year.
Easily.
Very easily light work for the dude.
He's gonna easily creep in that discussion for best big man. Not best big man, but in that top 5 discussion.
Oh yeah,
by the end
because
of the year.
people don't want to give him his credit, but the dude's a legit 7-1, maybe
And he can
7-2.
shoot.
He's damn near like everything you want, but he's like in an old school center's body. So it's like, yo, you could really make something work with this kid. Now moving on to our teams you should stay sleeping on, maybe not think about so much.
Cheeks.
Afterthoughts.
Ass cheeks.
I'm gonna start it off. I got the Magic. The more and more I think about it, it's just I feel like there's too much going
But I
on.
think they're gonna be bad for like the next 10 years.
And it's just the
They're
fact
pretty
that
bad.
they've got good pieces on the team.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
You got Vucevic, who's a walking double-double for
That's
the
a
past
waste of a talent.
10
You know
years.
you know what a championship contending team would want for him?
Oh my,
Like, bro.
Popovich would kill for that nigga right now. Right now. He'd be like, yo, what black kid you want? Give me him. It don't matter. I'll send them all away. I need him back. And you got other people like Evan Fournier on that team. Terrence Ross, who
Decent shooter.
left
Decent player.
Toronto. He's got paid by the Magic, and we're like, maybe he didn't deserve it. And it's like, well, the Magic need it. They were willing to give him 4 for 56, and damn, he may not play like it, but they needed a roster spot. It's just that simple.
Yeah, that's Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Isaac.
Markelle Fultz.
Oh my God, they have Mo Bamba.
So
forgot.
many people are on this team. So many names that you've either heard of, expect of, anything of that nature. And it's just,
Nothing.
even with them still in that one game against Toronto last year, I'm pretty sure even Magic fans knew that was a lucky game. And that's the only game we're going to get. Because let's just be honest, they weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. The Heat would have been a better team in the playoffs last year rather than the Magic. Just being 100. And moving on, within the staying sleeping teams, the Suns. I mean, as much as they've got talent like we just mentioned in DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker now, he's a monster. Dude scored 70 at the age of 21. That's all I gotta say. In Boston, at that. So he's a monster in his own right, but you really ain't got nothing else on that team. And you're just hoping that those two keep developing. And maybe you tank for another year, possibly even 2, but they're going to be something that you don't need to worry about for this year, for sure.
They most definitely got to tank and get a point guard. Let Devin Booker just go crazy because Ricky Rubio is not the solution.
At all.
I'm sorry. Like, he's not.
And
Don't play yourself, Phoenix.
my third and final sleeper team, it's just because I don't know what you're going to do with all these ball handlers. It's going to be Cleveland. Just for the simple fact that you got Darius Garland, who everyone expects to run the 1 this year. Colin Sexton, who was your primary ball handler and played point guard last year, you're going to shift him to the 2. And Kevin Porter Jr., who was a ball handler and 2 guard in college, you got to shift him down to 3. People forget Kevin Love is even on that team, and Tristan Thompson, and it's like, yo, what direction are we really going in? Are we trying to stay old and keep the vets? Are we trying to move on to the new kids? What are we really doing? Because you can easily turn Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love either into assets or draft picks immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. So
you can easily go get a first rounder for Kevin Love somewhere.
the Suns would love Kevin Love right now. The Suns would kill for Kevin Love.
I see it. He's straight. That boy Kevin Love is underrated, man.
There are quite a few teams in the NBA that would think, yo, Kevin Love would put us right back in NBA Finals contention.
Mm-hmm.
Just that simple. Because they feel like not only has he wasted some years in Cleveland, but he's kind of saved some years as well. Because he hasn't been playing full seasons.
Yeah.
He's been getting hurt here and there. And it's not like it's serious injuries that are going to take years off his career. He's still going to be a valuable piece. He can give you 15 and 7, 15 and 8 every single night and pop up with the 20 and 10 games. So that's Kevin Love right there.
No,
He's
facts,
known
facts,
for that.
facts. For me, my 3 sleeper teams, number 1, as I said earlier in the video, Brooklyn and the Nets, Kyrie, Boston 2.0. Obviously, he's going to be patient. He's not going to leave next year because you got top 3 players in basketball coming back in Kevin Durant. But, it's just going to be a lot of bumps and stuff for Brooklyn. I feel like, Kyrie's going to go crazy. You got LeVert, you got Harris, you got DeAndre Jordan, you got Jared Allen. You got some other pieces over there. But, like I said, we saw what happened last year. Kyrie couldn't take Boston anywhere. It doesn't matter if he missed some games, which I think he did. It's just like, he's just not that leader to take a team. They got into the playoffs. He can probably take them to the playoffs, but he's not going to get them to that hump. He's not going to get them to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's not beating Milwaukee or Philadelphia without Kevin Durant in a series. Let's be 100% honest. And I know the expectations is they can make some type of noise, but I don't think they're going to make any noise. I feel like they might be easily a first-round exit depending on the matchup they play. Number 2 for me, what was my second team? Oh my God, I forgot. I'm going to go with the Pistons. Detroit. Listen, Detroit, I don't know what you guys are doing. I feel like with some basketball teams, they're just there because they're there. You're not just going to make a basketball team disappear. The Pistons are so irrelevant. I know I'm a Knicks fan. The Knicks have been irrelevant forever, but like the Pistons haven't been relevant since LeBron dropped 25 straight on them and beat them. Like, what have they been doing? They got Blake Griffin. You thought you were going to make noise. He had a career year last year. He's being wasted over there. I feel like they're going to trade him this year, and then that's when everything goes downhill and they go into full rebuilding mode. You got Stanley Johnson, that didn't pan out. You got Reggie Jackson, that didn't pan out. You got to get rid of Blake Griffin. You could easily get so much for him, and you could get so much more. If you trade Drummond as well, just go tank. Go get yourself a Cole Anthony. Go get yourself a LaMelo. Go get yourself someone, because it's not working out. You guys literally have the same core for like the past 3 years, and nothing is happening at all. It's literally like Pistons aren't even fun to watch. Reggie Jackson isn't fun to watch, no disrespect to him, and then Blake Griffin is just there putting up numbers, but you guys are losing every single time. So I think they're just a team that you don't got to worry about them. They're going to be in the bottom of the East, the top 5 worst teams in the East, again. And my third team, a team that I think might blow it up this year, except for Karl Anthony Towns, is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jimmy Butler's gone. You got Culver, who I think is a decent player. He could be good, but Andrew Wiggins doesn't matter if he averages 19 every single year. They don't win. I don't like the Timberwolves to win more than 25 games this year. They're like, especially how deep the West. The teams that are fighting for contention that are going to end up getting a decent pick in the draft can still be playoff teams in the East. The Kings are in the East, they make the playoffs. The Mavericks are in the East, they make the playoffs. The Spurs are in the East, they make the playoffs. All 100% locks. I'm trying to think of other teams in the West. I don't even know. But yeah, the Timberwolves, they're going to be in the bottom. I like the Suns to have the worst record, and then the Timberwolves, just like that. Karl Anthony Towns is great, but he could do so much. There's no one else over there. Derrick Rose isn't even over there. He's in Detroit. Sorry, D Rose. Alright, so that's why I just stay sleeping on the Timberwolves. They're not fun to watch either. Karl Anthony Towns is great. He puts up his monster games because he is one of the best big men in basketball since he came out of Kentucky. But ain't nothing over there. Get rid of Wiggins. Go get yourself a point guard in the draft, because you guys really aren't going to do anything, especially being in the
my
roster.
God, I just remember the Timberwolves are the same team that took Anthony Bennett at a point. They had him. They didn't take him.
They traded for him,
and they had brought him in with that whole.
They don't make sense.
Oh,
Go to the
Just
lottery and go get yourself a LaMelo, a Cole Anthony. Go get yourself I don't even know. Go get yourself
Vernon Carey Jr.
Go get
from
yourself
Duke.
someone.
Some overseas
Because it's not
kid.
working there. Wiggins obviously is not panning out. Bleacher Report in 2015 had him as the number 2 player in 2020. Obviously, he's not even the 20th, the 30th player in the league. So it's obviously not working out. You're literally just like, yo, just ship him. See what you can get for him.
Even if it's picks, just get it up.
Might be good. You get some decent picks or some assets, and he can maybe go start his career again somewhere and actually
Get a
do
fresh
something.
start.
He's still young. I know how old he is because he was born in the same year as me. So he's still young. He hasn't even probably hit his prime. He can still do something.
But the fact that he was given the name of the Canadian Kobe at a point, that lets you know all the hype that was on him.
God, bruh. He was supposed to be that. Yo, I understand that because he was supposed to be literally probably the face of the NBA right now.
I close this out.
No cap.
Jabari Parker and who do we just mention?
Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
Their cousins are Winston and Mariota.
And that's how we end the show.
You guys take care. NBF _Clo on Instagram and Twitter.
NBF_Trill on Instagram and Twitter.
NBF_podcast on Instagram, on Twitter. Like this video, share it, comment, subscribe. You guys have a nice day.